It means so much to me. And I received a text this morning. Oh dear. I just noticed that we weren't live yet. So welcome. I don't know where you joined in. However, Nan Akasha here from nanakasha.com. Thank you for joining me. I'm very honored that you're interested in this topic. My computer won't type, so luckily I had a link and I was able to make myself here because I have been doing so much getting the pictures and the videos ready. When I review them, it brings that experience back up inside of me, and it allows me to open another level of understanding what happened at the retreat. So as a seer, I guess is really the most accurate word, and is that I see energy, I perceive energy, I sense energy, I teach how to do this and hold space for you and activate you and give you activations and walk you through your challenges that come up and your doubts and all those deep pains and fears that even when our life is rocking, you are most likely carrying some heavy energy somewhere in your body. If you're having some issues with your physical body, they start in the subtle bodies. Okay, everything is energy, everything is a different frequency. If you get the scale, you'll understand that. And then what happens? When you come to be on a retreat like this, I say over and over that I co-create with unity and love. In our Dolphin Divination day, well, we did it for 2 days. We put messages on rings and we talked to our dolphins and kissed them and got our heart-to-heart connection going. And each day we build that relationship, and we were just all vibing and blissing out. And you just being around them is amazing. And one of the reasons that they wanted the original founder of this, who's an energy healer herself, and a wonderful, amazing person who has such pure intent that even the people in the retreat said, oh my gosh, these dolphins are so loved. You can tell. So the people that we work with who are helping us, and I have to say that I'm so blessed. I never imagined in my wildest dreams. I don't know. I didn't there's nothing wrong with visualizing. I'm totally for it. I'm totally for feeling into it, choosing your timeline. You've got to get control, to realize that you are in control of your aura and your energy field, mental, emotional, bodies. Everything is a body, some people think there's a pain body. To me, that's really the emotional body. The emotional body carries old, heavy energies. They may be ones you're very aware of. They may be ones you're not aware of. If you're holding on to a lot of weight, there's an underlying reason. And it could be your body, yes, but the desire, I've been burning copal, so I wanted to just let you know that you can feel this to clear, cleanse, protect, and release the darkest, heaviest energies. And we use this every day. Wow, that was cool. We got a little fireworks there. Thank you. And this is a beautiful tree resin the ancient Maya used. I have it every day in my life. We bring some so that you can take some home with you if you want, and we receive it in different ways from our sacred ceremonies and our cacao ceremonies. And I'm going to put it down now. You're getting too excited there. I am fire, 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 so we want to be careful what we ignite. So the real depth of this is to understand that there is nothing to be afraid of within you. There's nothing to be ashamed of within you. There's nothing. Yes, the dolphins are all around us. I've been calling in the sacred spirits, all of my light body team, Thoth, Kuan Yin, Buddha, the Ishel, the moon guys, of course, the dolphin realms, the crystal realms. Here we have the mermaids, goddesses, Jaguar, Ganesha, Isis, Merlin, Gaia, Kukulkan, and who I talked about yesterday, and that was an amazing show. So make sure you see the video at the end of it in the jungle with the bird bath, sound bath, and it was just yum. So I can't film everything for you, but I do my best to capture these little snippets of the energy so that for me, they can be reinforced if I look at the pictures or I watch the videos. And digital photography captures the frequency. So there is a good energy from it. You're receiving, it's not the same as being there, but you can, and it really is up to you how much you receive. So what the dolphins do is that as we enter the cocoon, I prepare you. I do light body healing. I do cleansing with different herbs and essences, and we call on the elementals and the plant, and I have altars, and I have created the sacred space and temple around it in all the levels of your multidimensional reality, and you enter that sacred space and release everything outside of it. So when you come, it is just for you because you are going to be amazed how you are a different person. I was talking to one lady from the recent retreat, and she's just going through some very serious, big stuff in life. And she sounded completely different. And I've been working with her since December. And before that, she was in my light body school. And she says every single day she does her light body activation and it keeps her energy high. What is coming here is like getting a light body activation every day times 1,000, because I do an activation every day, whether it's at a pyramid or in our condo, or we have sound healers, or we go in with the dolphins who are sound healers, sonar healers. They do sonar messaging. They scan you. Remember, they have 2 brains and an enormous third eye, a corpus callosum, between them. The bigger that connection between the 2 halves of the brain in any species, the bigger their third eye is. That corpus callosum in us is just like that, right? Very, very thin, 2 halves of our brain. But when you cut it in half and look at it, you get the Egyptian eye. The Egyptian eye is a representative of the glands in your brain, okay, that the pituitary, pineal, corpus callosum, thalamus, all of these things, if you look at a cross-section of the brain, you're going to see this is exactly what they were saying. So we are wrapped within the all-seeing eye, and this is the all-seeing eye, and the all-seeing eye is the inner eye. All right, so it's actually all the glands in the center of your 2 brains, and the dolphins have 2 brains. They never sleep. They put 1 to sleep at a time. They're masters of remembering and communicating every day to their multidimensional selves, to their dolphin collective, which is kind of like the etheric level of the dolphins. So when we work with them, they're working with our physical bodies, and they're throwing light nets around us before we get there, when we get there, when we're on the ground, when we're in the water with them. The whole time they're scanning, sending frequencies. If you're touching, kissing, floating, and they're moving by you, doing something, they are intentional because they can scan you and see exactly what's going on. They don't just see what's in your physical body. They know if you have a heart implant or a plate in your back. They can see that, and they will refuse to do certain things with some people occasionally, I've been told, has never happened to us, because of somebody having something, because they can see it. I've seen them send energy like a machine gun. You can feel it in a little trickle that kind of floats like a stream of air in tiny little drops, like bink, bink, bink. I've seen them send rings, go around someone's body or up someone's spine or central channel. And they're not just working with the physical body. They can see your entire light body. So your physical body, inside of it, right, and intersecting with it, we have our chakras. And these are where energy come in and out to make your body alive with your spirit. And these are the channels that have to get cleared. And at the base of your spine is your 8 original cells. It holds your blueprint in your actual physical body, and that's your kundalini. We talked a little bit about that yesterday with Kukulkan, the 2 snakes that go up the caduceus, and pour the balanced masculine, feminine, divine life force energies that are not just life force energy for anybody. specifically yours, which means that you don't have to worry anymore. You trust yourself, you listen to yourself, you're nourished by yourself. And this is what we're doing. Everything I do with you is to cleanse, clear, and release anything that's not optimal for your highest good at this time. And that is the most important phrase you could use in your entire life. And one lady at the retreat was telling me that over and over and over, all of the crazy and amazing things that have happened in her life since she started working with me 7 years ago. I was just trying to remember. It is that phrase that always helped her to release the heavy emotions, to realize if she's being triggered or dragged down, to come into her center more. And then her husband died. And this is major. Beautiful partner, love partner, business partner, family partner, beloved, and has almost died before, and just all kinds of things. So this is huge transition she's in, right? And many people are in this transition, and maybe your mother or your father has passed on, or maybe you've ended a relationship or left a long-term home, and you're open and ready and willing for what's coming, and yet you're trying to figure it out and you're dragging fear around it. This is what the dolphins want to free us from. They want us to free up our emotional energy, and that field is outside of the aura. The emotional body is like a power plant. It is filled with power. You can get just slapped down by your emotions, right? Just suddenly out of the blue, like, what? Like someone punched you in the stomach physically. You could get afraid, you could get fear, you could trigger back, you could react. There's all kinds of these triggers, and these come from this life and other parts of your soul, or other lives or past lives in your soul. You're connected to all of them, but as a soul, you come in with a blueprint. It is in those 8 original cells. It's also in your 9th chakra, which is, here's your 7th chakra, your crown. These are energy centers that are wheels of light that suck in energy, send out energy. They're constantly have a focus, a function. They're connected to particular glands that produce particular hormones. They must be balanced, and very few people have balance in these. As they flow up, you have the 8th chakra. This is where your soul star lives. I mean, your higher self lives. It's called your soul star chakra. And the 9th is called your stellar gateway chakra. And it contains both your soul blueprint and a record, a kind of part of you, a sort of a master, and also your access to the infinite field. So this is a place of beautiful creation because you've risen to the 5D consciousness of no judgment. If you could walk through your life right now, what would change if you did not judge? If you didn't blame yourself, blame someone else at work, in your family, in the car, just the person passing by. If you're bitching, you're complaining, you're blaming, if you're sucked into drama, if you're sucked into your own or other people, if you feel these pity and sorrow for people, none of these energies help anyone ever, no matter how good of a person you think you're being. We would all benefit more if you would stand up and say no to every low frequency that you carry around. Then you would become enlightened because you're not in the lower heavy states. You're not in the 4 states where it takes so much of your energy, and you have so little energy in the present moment because of the blocks and the clogs from the beliefs in your mental body, from the fears and the programs and all of the stories in your emotional body. Okay, then you have spiritual body, but there's many layers of that. You have what I call a financial body. This is your self-worth and your ability to translate that into, maybe it's money, maybe it's freedom. I don't know what's abundance to you. We don't all need millions of dollars, and we've been fed that and we chase that, and then you have to come back into yourself and unhook from all those unhealthy cravings, disappointments, and blame and shame and victimhood and depression and all of that. So the reasons, the dolphins reached out in the first place to both of the ladies. I went on a wild dolphin swim way back when I was pregnant with Jordan Ann, my daughter who died. And she was inside of me when I was with the wild dolphins. I had no idea I was pregnant, but I had been trying for 8 years. And so the dolphins and her were very connected, and I got to be around them a lot. I'm a very good swimmer, but I think it was more being pregnant and my spiritual connection. But the lady who organized those lived in the desert, and the dolphins came to her, I think in dreams, and started to say, please bring people, please bring people. And this was not a glamorous retreat at all. And I found out about it. How does spirit speak to you? How do messages make their way to you? Who are you willing to listen to? How often do you spend time open and listening within? Truly allowing whatever is optimal for your highest good at this time to come through, instead of being like, oh, I want that, or I hope it's this, or what if that happens? If your mind is spinning, you need a cleanse in the mental field. If your emotions are just punching you or hanging on to you or triggered easily, or even whatever they trigger and then you stay in it for more than in a few hours, you want to start to shorten that time, interrupt that process, transform it, and you can only do that by rising up the scale of consciousness to a higher frequency. Now, you don't have to be enlightened, you don't have to be in bliss, you don't even have to be happy. You just have to accept where you are. So when the dolphins called to her and the dolphins called to the lady who started the center I did, they wanted her to bring people that could interact with them, because they know the power of what they do. They are now, if they touch you physically, you're quantumly entangled. Science already knows that. That means forever you will be connected. They can then send you love, send you energy. You can feel it. They get to raise you to bliss. Why? Well, they want to, but they do it for each person individually. And what we see is that, oh my goodness. And what happens is that when you get to a higher state, you're more relaxed. You let go. You transcend all the fears. When you accept, you have harmony in your mind, and you start seeing harmonious things and optimal solutions and feeling way beyond possibility. You're just going, oh, okay, this is good. So that freedom in the emotional field of forgiveness or letting go that happens at acceptance is where the dolphins want us to go, because they are saying we need to focus on the aura more than we ever have before. Now, the aura was one of the first things people could perceive, because it's the body. If you look at your body like a layered Tootsie Pop, your body is like the fudgy center, and then around it is what we call the aura, or the physical etheric. Why physical etheric? Because this is the physical dimension here, and typically we call it 5D. We are perceiving up through 8D now easily. I've been working in 13D and even other dimensions for quite a while. And the problem is the fourth dimension is astral, it's sticky, it's emotional. So a lot of the planet is stuck in the fourth dimension right now. And we're seeing the oopy goopies, because who you being, how much fear you're carrying, if you have all these unconscious beliefs or unfulfilled desires, and you just keep dragging them around with you and letting them control you, what you think and what you decide, and then you feel yearning to be free. But this is what the dolphins are like. Please come, bring the children, bring grandma, not to my retreat, okay? No children, no grandmas. I am a grandma. I mean, depends on what grandma. Nobody very infirm, okay? However, you know, many ladies my age come. And one of our dear friends, Joya, has just passed from her body recently, and she was with us on a retreat several years ago, and she's one of the most beautiful. She brought through the muses. She gave her true heart to the world. And we and the dolphins, everyone who touched her, everyone who knew her. In fact, one lady who came to the retreat roomed with her when she was here and said, oh, how is she? And I was like, oh. And the beauty that happens is that it doesn't matter where, if she's in a body or in a different body or in a different planet or in some other dimension for a while. I don't know what her soul's plan is. However, she's still connected to those dolphins and to us. And when we grasp that we have this connection, we're going to start to sense. So if you look at something like really easy, look at a tree and you can see the light blue whitish layer around it suddenly, poof, and sometimes it moves or pulses or acts like flames. And that's the easiest way to start to see an aura. And you don't need to see the aura, but you probably can feel it or sense it. And what it means is that the physical body is vibrating at a slower rate and everything in form. And the next higher rate is physical etheric. So if you walk in a room and everybody's quiet, but you can tell that something big yelling or something was just happening a second ago, you can say, wow, it was hanging in the air. I could feel it. Okay, that's what it's like to feel the physical etheric, which is the aura. And that is very important because then we have the emotional body and then we have the mental body. So you can see the layers and layers and layers that we really need to deal with are these. Well, we've been working with our mental body, right? We've been talking about our problems. We're starting to each realize that we're not alone with these, our emotions as well. We've understood that beliefs and that our mind has power. We've come a long way. Okay, and now we're ready for the next level. So the easiest way to do that is to give yourself a break from your life, to come in a cocoon where every day it's designed to take you that way. And the dolphins say when they can work with you over 3 different days while we're doing all this other work, they can scan you and start to shift things. But we can't just go bam, 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 let's pull everything off that you've been carrying around for 100 years. They know how to do it in a way that frees you in the most optimal way. And then the next time you go back up to bliss. More stuff is easy to do when you're not hanging on to that heavy vibration. They can clear more emotions from you. They can clear more beliefs from you. And next year they want me to teach you how to do light body healing, infinity light weaving, and aura healing, color and aura healing with the full color spectrum, and the dolphins and the water elementals. And you come here to do that and also get all the healing yourself. So what we're going to do is have an opportunity to receive from the dolphins if you have a question, because what they want to do is let you understand that right now they're here and that they're weaving with you and that you've entered into this sacred space. And to please ask yourself, breathe in and declare, I enter this sacred space in reverence, presence, and love. Now, I don't have anyone here to check me, so I'm just going to see. Hopefully it's working and you can hear me. Okay, good. So now what we have is an opportunity to dive in and see what the dolphins have to say and to see what they want to share through me sharing my slides with you. So I want you to take a moment and feel into the infinity healing chamber. There's a gold and silver temple of light above and below you. It's like being between the worlds at infinity. You can let go of a lot. You can accept whatever is. You cannot judge anymore. And you can allow yourself to feel the love. The gold and silver ray are entities. They're messengers. They come in the Intuition Awakening class that we're going to start in a few weeks. Has a new price and new dates and everything. Go check it out. If you've been in it before, you get a discount. If you've been or going to a retreat, you get a discount. So make sure you contact us to find out what you qualify for. And they are saying that when you understand the rays of creation, you understand the full color spectrum, you understand the different frequencies that can come through color or rainbow or what you can see. These have very deep healing frequencies, and they are the ones that can penetrate the aura. So the dolphins are asking right now for you to take a deep breath in from your belly. Feel like you're pulling it in right down there in the sacral and pulling it up into the belly and into the heart, and let it expand across the heart and say, I am open and receptive and ready and willing to be a clear and open channel to my highest good. You release it whenever you're ready. Never hold to pain, but always expand to hold the breath longer. Let that medicine of the breath, the intention, your soul, all the parts of your higher self, your I am presence, they're all working together to say, oh, she's intentionally drawing in a breath. What medicine should we put in there? The gold and silver ray are here. We're wrapped inside of the all-seeing eye. The flower of life, spherical consciousness, and all sacred geometry that makes up all life is surrounding us. The white light is surrounding us. And we activate that to infinity before you enter, so you naturally begin to rise up, out, and away from all the thoughts that are swirling. The dolphins are coming now, and they're nudging you and talking a lot, like in our last healing this time, and they're actually throwing the dolphin divination rings. Oh my goodness, this is wonderful. You think? So they want you to play, and they want you to feel them raising you up into a joy vibration. The crystal dolphins are here, and Xadia. Xadia is a beautiful queen, amazing dolphin who moved from her body last year and now is coming in as a giant, earth-sized, angelic dolphin over us completely, from side to side, as if like from hand to hand, arched over you. Thank you, Xadia. Now take another breath, they said, but they want you to just say, I breathe in the optimal energies from my dolphin pod and soul medicine. Breathe in. That's your intention. That's what you've told yourself, wherever or however you feel that breath. Allow the elemental of the breath of life, the breath from the dolphins filled with the divine energy to move through you in any way. Let it go when you're ready, in any way you like. It could be very soft, it could be very intense. I'm seeing a lot of you are just like a cloud floating down, 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 down. And now the dolphins say, play, play, play. We're going to send you messages through these photos. We're going to send messages through the pod that Akasha works with, because it is in her soul, it is in her body, it is in her light body, it is in her voice, it is in everything. And we can move through her, send it to you as you see these photos. First, we ask if you would be willing to receive an aura cleanse. If you say yes, just relax. We activate an aura cleanse on all those for which it is optimal for their highest good and at this moment. Calling on the full color spectrum. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Calling on the water elementals, spirits, nymphs, and codes. Thank you to the Atlanteans and the Lemurians. Thank you to the mermaids and the undines. Now, these elements, these messengers are bringing a flow through your auric field. You may feel it along the edge of your skin. You may feel it on your hair, as if somebody's softly touching your hair, or somebody was hovering their hand just above your skin. You could feel the heat, the warmth, the magnetic energy. Xadia is showering you with silver goddess ray energies, gently, like drops of light, moving through you and over you. As they move through and over you, you simply watch, receive, relax. Feel as if they're washing away lifetime of sadness, grief, mother, daughter, son, father, pain, issues, bonds, obligations, the karmic knots go so deep. Let this crystalline ray come up now from Atlantis. These are like silver lightning bolts coming like rain from below you. Drops like diamonds of silver goddess ray light from above you, from Xadia, the queen, the divine mother energy, pure, unconditional love, accelerated healing, the galactic goddess. These pour through you physically, above and below. Feel them mingling in your body, swirling, expanding, moving through the veins, the bones, moving down the spine and the cerebral spinal fluid and through the blood and the air and the lungs and saturating the brain. Receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Drink it all the way in. Above and below, I receive these divine energies from the Atlantean, below from Xadia, the dolphin mother goddess above. We ask that these energies continue to flow to us and through us, into our aura, and any other level of our being, in any life of our soul, in any time, in any space, as is optimal for our highest good, our soul's path, purpose, and powers at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're now in divine space. We've been raised up. You may feel expanded. You may feel a little dizzy or tingly. I've got so much energy in the back of my head, all around a whole portal. A very angelic kind of portal is opened around my crown. The whole energy in the space is vibrating differently. I can see the energy in the air. It's different colors. It's quite profound. So take a moment to just feel into that, okay? To feel into that. And this is a beautiful divine healing. I highly recommend you repeat it as much as possible. And I'm going to pull up the photos now. So they wanted you to first have this cleansing alignment, and they really did an incredible job while they sort of distracted you with what they were doing on one level. They were working on many other levels. So what they've done now is aligned us with the highest possible frequency available. That will be optimal for the body and the aura and the mind, for the emotions and every level of your being, because we do not want you to have such a big breakdown that you can't function. And yet we want you to keep opening like a blossom naturally to the next level. All right. So we're going to look at the photos now. And, oh, excuse me. I want you to just stay in your beautiful space, just like you're just floating in this incredible space. Here's the ocean in front of my home right now. Excuse me. Very slow. Not letting me. Okay, I said escape. Let's see if we can. Okay, I can't. So I forgot that my cursor doesn't work. So we're gonna have to move through these. This may be where I wanted to start, may not. It's not working. Oh. Okay. I forgot that my my typing and stuff isn't working. So we're going to, here we go. Okay, found what works. This was the show we did yesterday, truly magical. Make sure at the end I show the video of going through the jungle and the bird bath and the sacred paths. And here's where you find out about the retreat. Now the one in December, we're going to be exactly here, and I'm working on getting the same space for next year. However, there's some complications with the owner. So if you would like to, please contact me. We're getting ready to come out with the 2024 schedule. However, I highly recommend you come in December if at all possible, because the shift that happens on the solstice after our retreat and the new year is quite profound, and this is a perfect place to release, shed, and do all of that good stuff. So be sure you check out everything anew, even if you looked at this before, because everything is very different, or not very different, but we've changed up, and I'm getting ready to get a video together for you about the things that we're doing in the class. But this is essentially how to awaken, receive attunements for your intuition or your soul's gifts, powers, psychic abilities, clairvoyance, ability to receive, ability to perceive, ability to decipher, ability to trust yourself. This is very, very important and very powerful. You couldn't be doing anything more important, because I want you connected to nonstop spiritual guidance. I want you to be like me, a lot of my students, like the ancient Maya, where you walk every day and you know you're multidimensional and you're looking, receiving the signs, the synchronicities, the symbols, because the messages are all around you. The messengers are constantly speaking to you, and they all hold the medicine. However, that's the energy, the frequency that's optimal for you, but you're going to receive it to the degree you're able. So when you come on the retreat or you work with the dolphins, you can free yourself from these low frequencies, because they pick you up and raise you up. You transcend. So now it's super easy for everything to fall away. You're not attached to it. You're not feeling all the emotion. They can clear it. They can cleanse it. They can recalibrate you each day. Oh, good. Overnight, you did this healing. You did this sound healing. You received this in the full moon or the equinox or whatever's the special thing that happens. And now we can take you to the next level. We cleanse, clear. Maybe we rebuild. Maybe we download new energies into you. Maybe we open new doorways within your mind or your inner eye or your chakras or your sense of self or in your heart. They're working with you on all these levels. So are many, many messengers, symbols, butterflies, animals, elementals, weather, everything speaking to you. And you can come to the Meet Your Spirit Guide Council separately if you want to, but it's included with this because I want you to meet your Spirit Guide Council before we start this class. And that starts on the 20th right there. And the class starts on the 25th. We have a special on Saturday. So tomorrow, I'm going to share Mayan ceremonies with you, some incredible videos, and get you into the jungle, get you into the mermaid cenote, get you into one more piece of magic from our retreat. And the reason to share these is because everyone who comes to the retreat goes out and they take this energy, they take their healing, they take what they've received. Now they're connected to these sacred lands, to these sacred ancient energies or gods or goddesses or elementals or vortexes or water. One lady's coming back next year. She texted me. She said, I know that I'm meant to come back next year, and my heart belongs there, and I'm ready for that next level of healing. And she listens to the dolphin healing that I give you every day and is constantly doing healing work. So these are powerful energies. And then Sunday, I hope you will join me live. Of course, you can listen to the replay. It is a 777 Stargate energy, downloading light codes through Sirius as we move towards the Lion's Gate. I've explained a lot more. Listen to Wednesday's call. There was a meditation and messages that came through about this. We're partway in this. It's building each time. And then on the 25th in the class, we're going to do a very special messengers. So we're going to do our attunement, or our divine alchemy, we're calling it. They told me it's a divine alchemy process. So I usually call it an attunement, and you're going to get those throughout the 7 classes. And we're using these. So on Sunday is kind of a bonus class that everybody's going to get, because that's when the next Stargate energy is opening. And I want everybody in my class to have that and be able to digest it, to receive it, okay? These are moments where the door opens and energies come through and you want to be able to access them. So like one lady said at the retreat, now I know my purpose, my next step on my path is to increase my ability to see the signs and the synchronicities and to interpret the symbols, because it's vital to take those steps together with her husband who's passed, who's very, very real. He showed up in the physical on our retreat. No lie. It was quite shocking. They have a picture of him, and that's a whole story that I'll ask her if I can share with you. However, he's been telling me since he passed over, how he's passing over, bringing messages through for her and through me. And this time, many in the retreat. So I download personal messages and healing for you, as well as the group ones. And the Stargate codes will then continue through to through to 88, which is the Lion's Gate. Okay. So remember, this is a lovely lady who's come to several of ours, and she says, magical and sweet experience, powerful ceremonies, activations, multiply the joy multidimensionally. And that's what the dolphins want to tell you, is that if you let them free you, even for a few hours or for a day or for a week while you're here, the amount of work that can be done on your body, on your emotional field, in your aura, because the aura is between you and your mind and between you and your emotions, and it needs to bring in the energies and activate them through the full color spectrum. And these are things that they love to do. So just like this, I want to rock your consciousness. I love that. Wonderful, wonderful. So I no longer feel like I did. It's centered and calm. Thank you for the amazing journey. Perfect and optimal and optimal and optimal. Everything unfolded beautifully. And I feel, and I realized I was actually happening when you're with me, when you're not with me, once you start to work with me, you'll often be receiving the healings that I do. So you take these with you because they're in your cells. Okay, you take these with you because we have songs that come up. Like she said, songs that people sing now for their healing, or to reconnect to the dolphins or to the iguanas or to whoever. So she said, if you're considering the retreats, please know I'm backing that fire within you to step up to the plate. Go, you'll be so grateful you did. I certainly am. Hugs and love to all. Now, I'm going to have to scroll through these. So I was going to start with the dolphins, but we'll quickly look. This is the town we're in. This is the sunset from our balcony, or sunrise. Sorry, this was the moon on the beach the first night. And here's our balcony. That's the Dolphin Center. That's the beach. And these are what we're doing. And this is the kitchen that we share. And we're in multiple condos. But this is our home base, and I decorate it all up with crystals. And this is before we put anything out. And that's our condo there where the arrow is. So you can see on the other side, we have beach, private beach. And over here, we have this beautiful waterway. And this is the lagoon around the dolphins, which you can go say hi to. And we eat different meals there. Let me see what we have next here. So, okay, good. I think we're here to the dolphins now. So the dolphins, I shared some of these photos the other day, and I love this because this is not something they let tourists do, play ball or touch dolphins like this, but we become very bonded, and there's a whole lot going on here. You can see their heart to heart. All right, she's physically receiving through her palm portal up her arm, and it's her right arm. So it's interesting because it's the arm, they're actually right now I'm seeing he's pulling out from her heart center. Interesting. And oops. So when we play, this was the Dolphin Divination I shared with you the other day. So, oh, that's right. They said they came through. They want to do some Dolphin Divination for us right now. So we co-created the things that we put on there. Everybody got to contribute. I shared with you the hugs. This is truly to me, I don't know. So everything was stellar. But, and the third eye activations that I started doing with my group isn't something anybody else does with them. And we do kisses every day. Before and after we do the healing, we make sure and thank the dolphin. We send love, light, and energy to their heart. Here you can see me holding the heart. And what's happening here is quite profound. So the third eye being on your eyebrow, the crown chakra being up here on your crown, they're actually one chakra, okay? And as one chakra, they combine and function as one chakra when your pineal opens. So what the dolphins are doing is different for everybody. And you can see, I love it. He has his eyes closed. And that big forehead is where the two giant brains are, and the corpus callosum, our brain is very thin between them. Our third eye is very thin. Theirs is very thick. It's a couple of inches thick, like a big barbell or something in between them. And that's profound because that means all of those centers, similar to ours, that connect to create the all-seeing eye is enormous. That's why they are, and the whales, some of the whale species are the most advanced and ancient, and they can move and manipulate energy and manifest, and they're quite amazing. So what they're doing here is giving you whatever is optimal at this time. Now they have to start with all the other stuff we do because they do recalibrations with us so that they can give this, and then they will give it to you in the optimal flow. So right now what I'm seeing they're doing to me, looking at the pictures later is kind of interesting, is it's coming straight in through the pituitary, which is the gland nearest to the front, the brow area, and but like a thin line, like a very razor thin, almost like a rectangular shape. It's like sliding a disc or a card into something right between my eyes. Very interesting. Now, what I see coming from the back is from the bottom of my skull to the top of the head, but not the center, just kind of the top there. There's light radiating out. So this, whatever he's sending through, moving through all of these glands in my center eye between the brains and radiating out the back. There's some energy coming out of the top of my spine here, and the heart to heart. You see, I'm holding the heart with my left hand, which is my receiving hand, my divine feminine hand, and my heart hand. It goes directly into the physical heart. And this is a circuit here. If you're familiar with some forms of energy healing, you put both hands on the subject and move one in a certain way. In Tellington Touch, we would just touch them anywhere else. And you can also touch their aura if they're in too much pain for you to touch them. So there's a lot happening in this moment. And as you reignite it each time we do it again and again, it's like a habit. It's like something becomes more ingrained. And these are our heart-to-heart healings, where I teach you how to hold their heart above and below. You feel their heart beating. You're holding it between your hands. You're sending love. And you are receiving kisses. And you are also opening your heart up, sending energy in. So I do all of this to help you to do that. And I do some healing work. And then we have, I showed this the other day, so I'm skipping through it. Then we have our floating meditation, we call it. But this is the healing where they're free to go around while we float for an hour. And they do amazing, amazing work. You can hear them, you can feel them. This is Lulu. She's beautiful, incredible. Oh my gosh, I think she's 30, maybe, years old. So playing and communicating, this is what I wanted to share with you today. So you raise your vibe to joy and bliss, like we talked about, and you free yourself from deep emotional scars, physical pain, challenges, karmic knots, mental beliefs, past life vows. And we keep building our bond with our pod every day. And the fun continues. They're so excited to see us every day. So you can see this is like, oh, okay, we're going to play ball. And they're over there going, oh, please play ball, play ball, play ball, before we can even get in. I'm very blessed because there's not, after our initial work and an introduction, we're just allowed to be here. And I'll say, oh, can we do this now? Can we do that now? And so this is Jono, and he came over to say hi. And I'm giving his heart a little happy hello before we start playing. And here's Hidalgo coming over to say hi to Diana. Woo, yay, you guys are here again. And then we start to play, and they absolutely love to play. They'll throw it back and forth to you. Sometimes you can just hold it out and they'll come take it out of your hand, or they'll put it into your hand. This time we got to play football. This was a new type of ball they had, and it was very fun. Like I said, they're just like right there. They're like, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. And then you can also throw it far, but it's really fun because they'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with you. And we got multiple ones going on at the same time. These are our boys, Hidalgo and Jono. We come in, we always give them pets, and we rub them, and we do our light body healing. We're opening our heart to them. We do our kisses and our third eyes, and then we do whatever is our primary thing, which, like this, is the play. And so you can imagine that they're taking you to bliss anyway, right? And then you start playing, and everybody's laughing and playing, and it's stunning the first time that you throw a ball to a dolphin, and they catch it and throw it back to you. We did a little bit of this kind of play and this kind of play. And here's the communication. So we have emojis that we can ask them to sing, or they can ask us, or we can say, I want a kiss. And here's Diana receiving her kiss. And here's Sue asking for a kiss. She showed the little kiss symbol. And we show you how to do this communication with them. And then they come and kiss or sing or spin. And this is a singing. This is a note. And so this is part of what's happening here, is how can we communicate in more ways? Now, we do it through our hearts. We do it through our expanded intuitive network. I receive and see energies. We receive downloads and activations. However, they're developing this here so that we can understand them and they can speak to us. So there's other ways of playing with this. You can tell them, what do you want us to do? And they can bring us a sing, and then we sing, or then we kiss, or we hug, or whatever. So they love to recalibrate. I told you about how they're scanning you, and they're working with all of the different minds, emotional, and well, we just saw that they do ignite your third eye and your crown. And so the kisses lead to the third eye, and then the kisses and the third eye, and the kisses and the third eye. And this repeats over and over and over and over. And we amplify that. And then we get to play with the mermaids. These used to be called mermaids because they're the gentle giants. And we get to smooch. They're beautiful. Look at this beautiful little being with his eyes open, looking at me. And you get to kiss them, and you get to do a third eye with them, and you get to feed them. And here's a third eye activation with a manatee. Now, I can't tell you what this feels like, but to me, I've seen everybody who comes, even if they're a little bit like, oh, I don't know, they got a whiskery face, why would I want to kiss that? You fall in love with them. They're gentle, kind vegetarians. They'll lay in your arms. They'll hold you with their fin and hug you and pull you to them. It's pure love, and everybody afterwards falls in love with them, and we always do a little extra. Oh, look at this sweetheart. Take a moment to receive that, feel that. Beautiful. Look at that. So we amplify the work we do in the activations, and we amplify the work that we do in all these other ways until we have the opportunity to go in, and then the dolphins work with us, and then we go in and the manatees work. And this is love. This is mermaid energy, which is very magical. The water energies here, the spirits, Atlantis, Lemuria, codes. And look at this. This is just like, come here, I love you, I want to hug you. And they love to eat. So the energies, then let's go back here. No, 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 we're not going that way. Why are you going that way? I don't know. I guess it's, nope, it's not willing to go back. Okay. My computer is doing really interesting things today, and now I'm not sure how to, oh good, there we go. All right. So we're going to close here in a second, and the dolphins want me to come back to a particular photo. So we'll come back to this photo here. And all right. So relax. Feel all that beautiful healing we received earlier, all those frequencies and the messages. The dolphins have messages for you. The first thing they're saying is look at right behind her, these rings, these little concentric rings. I don't know what this is, but this is some kind of frequency. I don't know, it doesn't look like something fell in the water. Now they're saying this is a frequency. Wow. So this seems to be an energy elemental, a water spirit energy. So remember, the reason that my intuition school this summer is messages, messengers, and medicine is that medicine is the frequency, the energy, the personality, the expertise of whatever it is. The energies of amethyst are the medicine of amethyst. The energies of the sun are the medicine of the sun. The energies of chamomile, the plant, to calm you or bring peace, is the medicine of that plant. So that is very interesting. It's the first time I've seen that. They brought my attention to that. So they said that this is actually the Lemurians. Okay, so the Lemurians, I do a session with everybody coming this year before, and in her sessions, the Lemurians came through, her husband came through, and other beings came through too. But at the end of it, she said, you know, I've never thought about the Lemurians. And I said, I hadn't thought a lot about them. I had a couple of encounters many years ago, but I'm much more attuned to the Atlantis kind of energies. However, they started coming through for me recently, and we've been using the Lemurian cards beyond Lemuria. And by the time she got here, she was like, oh my gosh, the Lemurians are coming to me in so many ways. People are mentioning it, books are coming, so on and so forth. All right, so we want you to keep looking around at the water and see what the water spirits, what's the message in the water for you. Look at the shadows, the depth, the shapes, whatever you think it is, just scan around above and below. Whenever you feel drawn to a ripple or a light, just stop and breathe it in. Now I want to draw your attention to the side of the dolphin's head that has the little white spots on it and that is reflected below in the water, creating almost like a crescent moon shape. It's a very interesting reflection of as above, so below. Of the two worlds, the dolphins often turn us upside down and say, look, above and below, down in the water, up above in the air, no different. It's orientation. And now step into this beautiful body. Feel your hands touching the dolphins and begin to feel the water on your skin. Open your heart. Feel the energies coming from Jono to Diana. Now they're coming to you. Now feel the wet, hard, soft touch of the dolphin's nostrum on your forehead. And now fully immerse yourself. Close your eyes when you feel ready, unless you feel like it's better to look at the picture. And receive this activation from Jono through me and her. May the messages flow that are optimal for your highest good at this time. Awaken, align, arise. May your aura be clear. May you enter all the crystal caves. May you remember all the light. May you allow your crystalline structure begin to speak and vibrate again. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Woo, I was in another dimension with you there. I appreciate you being here. Namaste. And I will see you again tomorrow, where we're going to have some amazing videos of some of our sacred ceremonies and receive the energies of the sacred energies, the beautiful ceremony, the powerful intention, the jungle chakra temple, going into Shibalba, which is again the underworld, receiving another cacao blessing, the jade mask, a lot of incredible energies. Namaste. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And let me know, reach out at nanakasha.com if you would like to talk to me about the retreat or you'd like to check in on the school. Thank you. Namaste.